Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is good wherever you are, because it is garbage here. It is like 7 o'clock right now. I'm finally getting down here to do this. I'm sorry, but I feel atrocious. I have a sinus infection right now that has waged war on my body for the last few days, so I went to the doctor today, which is something I never do. I'm one of those guys that's like, I know it's a sinus infection. I know exactly what's wrong. It'll go away, right? Like, my body will fight it. And so I usually just wait it out. But on Wednesday morning, I have to leave for Columbus. I have to go to Origins. I don't have a choice. You know, the entire company of Portal Games is spent many thousands of dollars for this show, and I'm the only one going, so I have to go. So I went to the doctor, got prednisone, which is a steroid, which helps fight inflammation, and some sort of antibiotic. I have no idea which antibiotic. But to make this all worse, let me tell you, 2017, man, it's kicking my ass. I don't know how much more I could take. I got this infection Saturday night. I woke up in a fever. And Saturday, I spent the day Saturday at the hospital with my father, who was having congestive heart failure. So I went to see him. I spent about 3 hours with him at the hospital, so my mom could come home and shower and stuff, and go back to be with him later. And came home. I felt great. I worked the entire day on a project, which I'll show you in a little bit, and then woke up that night with this fever. So my dad's in the hospital with congestive heart failure. I can't go see him now because of the infection. That's okay. He's going to be okay. Don't, you know, he's had a heart murmur his whole life, and apparently he's had some calcium buildups on one of his valves, which has caused him to essentially lose blood flow to his body, he's been feeling really, really tired lately. He wasn't sure why, and so he finally decided to go to the doctor, went to the ER, and yeah, that's what it is. So he's home for now. He has to go back to have open heart surgery. They're going to have to replace a couple of valves, maybe do a bypass. He doesn't have any blockages or anything, which is good. You know, he didn't have a heart attack or anything like that. He just, you know, his heart is not functioning to par. So he's had this his whole life. He's now 72. Yeah, 72. So, you know, I guess it's part of growing up, right? On top of that, my father-in-law is also in the hospital. He's been battling cancer for the last year, and that hasn't been going well. So he's back in the hospital. So, and he went to the hospital the same day as my dad, Friday. So both my dads are in the hospital. I have a raging sinus infection, which means I can't go see either of them. My dad has to go have open heart surgery, so I definitely can't go see him and risk him getting an infection. And I'm stuck in bed with a full-blown fever. Let's do this. Man. This year sucks. So this weekend, I started on this project. And I worked on this all day Saturday. Recorded tons of video because I plan on putting out a project video for this. If you remember correctly, when I talked about how I was going to join the legs on my table, I said that I needed to build a router table. Well, here's the top for that. I had it all drilled out and ready. So this is going to be the base. And this isn't really anything fancy. It's just a wooden box that I have put a standard outlet in that's switched here on the front so that I can put the router in here and use this instead of having to reach in there to find the router switch. I also included this little hook for the router's cable to hang on. So it's really not, it's not like I'm doing a project video for something that's like, oh guys, you gotta check this out. It's actually extraordinarily basic, and I think that's kind of the whole point of the video, is that You can go buy router tables, and they're like $150 or whatever, $100. It's just a complete waste because it's just bolt your, truthfully, I can't even bend down to pick that up now. That piece of plywood is all you really need. Bolt the router to it, and I can clamp it to the table and use it. I don't need a box with a switch and all this other crap. That's just extra. So I thought it would make for an interesting video, and I had fully intended on putting that video out yesterday, but I ended up laying in bed all day with the fever and all that stuff. So, and then, like I said, Wednesday I have to go to Columbus, and hopefully nothing crazy happens with my father's while I'm gone. And it's Father's Day this week. So yeah, it's piling up, but that's okay. You know what? I learned a long time ago that you can't just expect everything to work out. You kind of have to fight for it. And that fight, that struggle, that's what makes me feel alive. That's what makes me know that I'm doing the right thing, because I'm battling my hardest to do what it is I need to do to keep the bills paid, to keep my kids happy, all that stuff. So I'm going to go back to bed. Thank you for watching this. I'm sorry it's not special. But I promise I'll try to make it up for you while I'm in Origins and do some good video from there. Hopefully I can kick this thing with the antibiotics and the steroids and have a good show. So thank you for watching as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Check out this amazing random fact.
Hey Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Hi Chevee. My name is John Forsyth. I am 8 and I am the son of Sam Forsyth. He watches your videos all the time, as you know. Here is today's random fact. How old was Mozart when he wrote his first song? This is the answer. By the time he was 5 years old, Mozart had complete mastery of keyboards and violin. He had written his first 5 compositions. At 6, he toured Europe as a child prodigy. By 16, he'd already written 3 operas and 25 symphonies. Bye.